So it commences with this cuck letting Peter and Aunt May know that they have absolutely nothing to their name. Meanwhile, Doc Ock is trying to hit a lick 20 meters behind them. And New York is a big city with a lot of banks, so how unlucky is it that the one bank he tries to rob has Spider-Man sitting inches away from you? Because he definitely would have gotten away with it if it was anywhere else in the city. Doc Ock rips the door open and chucks a D-Wade-esque lob at Peter, who kicks Aunt May out the way so she don't end up like Tony Stark, and then calls deuces on her. She's horrified, as if she wasn't going to turn to dust within the next 10 days anyway.
Oh, that boy of yours is a real hero.
God, if you only knew. Now, I just want to preface something. This cop was extremely in the right because Doc Ock is still a mere mortal. One shot would have ended the movie early. So his only problem was taking the fucking shot. Otto clears them out like bowling pins and then takes off his hat to reveal that he is the Spider-Man villain with the best hairstyle. But I mean, come on, the competition is very weak. Like, look at the monstrosities he's going up against. But hey, Vulture did pop out a fine-ass daughter before she got cracked by Peter Parker. Imagine your 18-year-old daughter getting clapped by a 15-year-old before he ruins your business and banishes you to Oregon. That is... Doc Ock grabs some bags of balloons, ready to go do some bartering with the Flying Dutchman, but he senses Spider-Man pull up and he immediately gets tight because he's not in the mood to get cooked in the best fit he's had on in years. He had a date with MJ after this. He know he can't fumble. Harry told him that her neck is on par with Tiana Trump. He needs that. But Doc Ock must have signed a 4-year to the Stormtroopers because he misses absolutely everything before he gets countered and gets slammed into the wall. He then gets the absolute genius idea to revert to all reliable and chucks more of that Mr. Krabs currency at him, and again he misses everything. Spider-Man then tries to web him up, but because there are no hoes watching, his powers are acting like Sixers Paul George. He gets clipped, picked up, and Doc Ock gets the talking shit right to his face and then squishes his head like a grape. But he spots Gwen Stacy chilling behind Doc Ock, which makes Captain Save-A-Ho lock in and get his powers back to smash tables into him. He blocks the first but has a good make-out session with the second one, sending him outside the building and into a taxi. And Spider-Man is walking bro down, jumping over one of the doors but gets beamed by the second one. And peep this audience, Spider-Man knows he has to get busy, but Doc Ock knows he has to skedaddle before he gets put on Twitter, so he grabs Aunt May and gets to step in. And while he's scaling the side of this building, Peter pops out of nowhere. Slide her over and I'll show you them Mary Jane leaks you were begging for in the DMs. Doc Ock wasn't tolerating that disrespect and he drops Aunt May. But Peter shoots a web to catch her so that she doesn't end up like Gwen Stacy and pulls her up, which starts the fight. Spider-Man gets his back blown up like Sophie Rain, but he weaves, then webs Otto into a right move, man. How clean was that? He scales the wall to try to save Aunt May for good, but gets grabbed by Doc Ock, and they get to throwing hands across the wall, and Spider-Man low-key dishing out some good CTE with all these right hooks, trying to turn Otto from a brilliant scientist into Floyd Mayweather until he pulls them both off the wall. And I'm wondering whether it's his plan to give them both the Liam Payne treatment, but Doc Ock holds on, which keeps them both alive. He picks Spider-Man up and smashes him into the window before chucking him across the street. Got Peter Parker looking like extremely handsome Squidward into another window. Turns out the whole time Aunt May had a ledge below her, so why all the stress? Doc Ock snatches her up and uses her as leverage with Peter. Petey, she's about to buy a ticket to a Pop Smoke concert. So he uses a slingshot to get there in minimal time, but turns out Doc Ock has some cheap plan to backdoor him the second he gets there. These are dirty tactics, the absolute worst way to play the game, and Aunt May knows this, so she channels her inner ref and makes this a fair fight again by breaking Doc Ock's $1,500 Cartier frames, and he misses the stab. And he thinking, wow, them shades was all I had. Why do you think I was robbing the bank in the first place? And now this senior citizen broke them? Oh no, I'm booking her an early appointment at the pearly gate, and chucks her off the building. But Spider-Man dives in to save her, and Doc Ock dips out before he has to endure any more brain damage. But me personally, it's 1-0 to Spider-Man. But that was a decently close game 1. So after coming out of retirement like Wizard's MJ to save the entire city's girlfriend, Spider-Man is swinging with immaculate form to let Doc Ock know that there are no games to be played today. He sticks to the landing, got Otto spooked, he trying to politic with him. He's shaking at the idea of having to run ISO with Spider-Man. Peter jumps down, block, land, weave, block, right, uppercut. And you see how I said those words in a rhythm? Like Peter was moving like Sean Livingston from the MIDI. Doc Ock grabs his right, but unlike Jaylen Brown, he still delivers before getting slammed and thrown off the building, with absolutely no chance of holding on. But this was Doc Ock's worst mistake. He let Spider-Man get into his aimbot bag, giving him the Yes King treatment. And he must have been 4th and 92 to launch this Hail Mary attempt at bro. But it lands, and this was a critical hit, got Doc Ock second guessing becoming a villain. Spider-Man then gets decked in the chest, and I know he's winded, but quick scopes Doc Ock as he's falling. Banks is cooking up a contract as we speak. Spider-Man pulls him off the building and onto the real setting of the fight after already going up 30 in the first half. The face-off occurs, and now it's time to get to boxing. Spider-Man's webs get blocked, but that was his plan so he could treat Otto's face as a doormat. Weave, jump, duck to go 3 for 3, then ducks to grab the arm and kicks the shit out of Doc Ock. But that recovery was smooth. Chris Brown would be proud. That's some 10 out of 10 shit. He then throws Spider-Man, but he uses his exaggerated swagger of a white teen to slide through this tight gap. I'm crying he got the same skill set as me. But Doc Ock's shocked he's never seen this elite level of finesse and gets tackled. Peter serves him up a 3-piece on the side of the train before Doc Ock grabs him and slams him into the train. He swings through the train car and pops out on the same side. He then webs the arm and struggles with Doc Ock, looking like siblings out here, before having to weave a decapitation. He climbs up and searches for him until he sees his arm, and this is perfect bait. All the IG Cougars are taking notes. He peeks through and gets jump scared by Doc Ock, but I don't know why the passengers are acting like random teammates, because any bit of communication would have been helpful. But now Spider-Man has to recover like Prime Braun on a chase down. And this is elite level, he giving Kyle Walker a run for his money. But negative Nancy over here peeps this and decides that some innocent lives will pay for Spider-Man having his chase down artist badge on Hall of Fame. But that's baby food for him, that's yams, collard greens, mac and cheese, cornbread. Like, you have to try harder. In which he does, and breaks the train brakes to send these people to certain doom. Absolutely no reason, by the way. Like, what does this have to do with capturing Spider-Man? But anyways, that's Def 2-0 Spider-Man in a blowout win. This shit was not close. Doc Ock currently looks like a bitch, but job's not finished. We then skip to the boss fight location where Spider-Man is taking the silent and sneaky approach, and Doc Ock copped himself some new shades. But I know he pissed because these are ass. They're nothing compared to the drip he had pre-on May. Spider-Man takes a pit stop to drop some loose game and say what's up to his favorite eater. She cheesing to see him too. He knows what's happening after he packs up Doc Ock, which he's probably going to do considering he's given belt to ass in all their previous encounters, looking like a Bayern Munich friendly. Also feeling like DDG on his prime Van Dijk defense, which reminds Spider-Man that he came here to fight. Jumps over Otto and puts a zip tie around his arms, but gets flung around and outside the arena, but catches himself, swings back in, and look at Mary Jane. Like, can you stop glazing? It's been 10 seconds and you're already creaming. He swings around and this kick is wicked. Nigga took notes from Robin and that knee drop. Left, and some more left before the most common side quest in Spider-Man history occurs. Save Mary Jane. Whether it's from villains, rapists, or her own thought activities, Peter always has to rescue her. In which he does, but gets bonked and Otto picks him up and throws him into another piece of metal. And now it makes sense why he was stretching his back in No Way Home, because that's 2 hits in 10 seconds. MJ tries to be Captain Save-A-Spider but gets no look cooked by Otto and pushed aside. You're not built for this hero lifestyle, gang. Otto tries to stab him with that same sharp ass knife but gets played by his own cables and Spider-Man unplugs the reaction. Too late, nigga, because the reactions got too big and now NYC's about to go down. And I know the World Council happy as hell right now. They tried to nuke that shit before. They finna be looking like the DNA test results said that they knocked the father. Duke Dennis wishes this was him. Peter goes over to a knocked Otto and tries to politic with him. Otto says fuck all that. Then Peter starts quoting Otto, talking about a great man once said. And he fucking with the glaze, so he argues with his tentacles and bitch them into letting Peter go. But turns out the thing can't be stopped, so they need to drown it. Doc Ock volunteers to give us one of the coldest death scenes of all time. But with all that being said, 3-0 Peter, Doc Ock got swept, I do not care.